gets overlooked tremendously by the legislators in LA and the legislators in San Francisco. I mean, the city, so Tulare, Inyo, and Kern County have one assembly member, right? Based on its population. Los Angeles, the city itself, has 9 legislators just for the city of LA. Okay, so a lot of things get overlooked in the Central Valley. We have to continue to be fighting and fighting. So there's going to be times where the fight's going to be right, and some people are not going to be happy in Sacramento. But at the end of the day, we have to represent what's best for our district. You and what was your name? Allie.
Nature Alley.
Okay.
The dialysis thing, I read the proposition pretty well. One of the problems is you can go into a tire shop and you know how much you're gonna pay for the tires. You might be upsold or you might be downsold, but you're not gonna know. But the problem with medical care is you don't know how much it's gonna cost. And these hidden costs are making it so that people can't get care. I've known people who needed dialysis who couldn't get it because they couldn't afford it. So DaVita is a for-profit corporation, so we need to figure out some way to rein in not just the insurance costs, but the healthcare costs themselves. I had, at TMI here, I had a colonoscopy at this local hospital. I've had it down in Bakersfield. I paid $850 to have it down in Bakersfield. I paid $13,000 to have it here at this hospital. It was a bit of sticker shock. So we do need to figure out a way to make it so that it's not usurious to try and go to the doctor or to do anything in life. We keep having usury thrown at us, so we have to be able to know it. I know legislatively you might be able to fix some of the price gouging that you're experiencing, but on the dialysis issue, I think it's $115 over the cost. So it's more to service rural areas. So therefore the cost is going to be higher baseline. So that $115 over the cost is to the particular area. So it will be cheaper for the mass market down in Los Angeles, but it would be more expensive up here for the base cost. So I read it and the numbers seem to work. Anyway, so that's just.
I'm sorry, I keep talking. Somebody else would like to say something.
Well, you write a lot too.
I'm been poring over my sample ballot, and it gets more confusing as I go. I'm noticing 4 bond issues, and they will keep you in debt for
30 years.
30 years, yeah, and the servicing of the debt is immense. And there's some interesting ones in here, financing housing for individuals with mental illness. It's a very interesting proposition. I mean, homeless people with mental illness, put them in a home. I'm skeptical of the tidiness of this home, for one thing, and for the overall effect. I don't have a lot of hope for individuals with mental illness, but they need to be someplace. That's just one of the issues. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of rambling because I've got 4 bond issues here that are just, $495 million of debt service. And I'm sure that we have many other bonds that are being serviced.
Right.
And, it seems like it's a runaway inflation or runaway spending that we are now going to have to pay for later.
Yeah, interestingly enough, Californians have always been supportive of bonds. I mean, that's the one thing. A lot of bonds get passed. And so they see the however it's written and what it's for. But for the most part, I mean, if you guys just do the research, bonds pretty much get passed. So we have water bond, we have that you talked about, the mental health bond, veterans bonds, and so a number of things. And we just passed a water bond in June as well. So
Yeah, I
That water funds
wonder,
going to
where are you
benefit
gonna put
70% or 80% no, excuse me, 90% of it is going to basically three large water districts.
Yeah, the Prop 3 you're talking about?
Prop 3 is
Bryant
pretty,
Canal and a couple others.
it's a boondoggle.
So, yeah.
Oh,
But that's interesting, but that's one of the first bonds, water bonds, where you had the ag industry and environmentalists, water folks, all
Well,
that.
that's-
Because everybody gets a little piece of the pie, that's why.
Well,
So,
10% gets a little piece of the pie, 90% gets a huge piece of the pie. Or actually, 90% of the people who are writing into it get a small piece of the pie, and the small 10% of the people are getting 90% of the proceeds. It's not a good bond. But as far as mental health, do you know how much we pay to house a mental patient in jail?
I know, my brother is a diagnosed panic depressive schizophrenic, and if he didn't have a big family like he does,
He'd be out on the street.
yeah, and it's wrong. It's just wrong.
Well, indeed, yeah.
And we might be able to get Lori off the streets finally too.
You know, it's just wrong.
I don't know Lori, but, yes, I don't know Lori.
Well,
Well, she lives under the bridge here for the last, what, 15 years?
But you know what, isn't it a wonderful valley that she can live in?
Fortunately,
Yeah.
yeah.
We watch out for her, and
Yeah.
she is part of our community.
And that's what our valley is like, a
That's
family.
right.
She's fed.
And that's
she's
what
clothed.
community should be like. And then largely, California should be like.
And California is kind of famous lately for sort of being its own country. For taking the lead in doing things that the federal government has decided not to do. And there's been rumblings, of course, nationally, which is hopeless, but also in California, for a single-payer healthcare system. What is the likelihood of that ever happening?
Well, the likelihood is based on the cost. I think the speaker earlier this year held the bill that passed the Senate, basically creating a single-payer healthcare system. I support the concept, I support the idea of people having access to healthcare. And I think the speakers saw the fact that it would cost a lot of money to implement. I think there was an analysis done that if they gathered every single penny that you pay, my employer pays, everyone pays towards healthcare, it was a little bit over $100 billion. The cost of
Million or billion?
billion.
Billion.
The cost of a single payer plan was over 200 billion in terms of just to pay it. Now, let's put the perspective of the state budget. California state budget is 170 billion. So it's even more than the entire state budget. So there's been some concerns on how you pay for it, how do you deal with it. I think, reining in some of the major corporate insurance company profits is one of the ideas. Cost is another idea. I work with this because I work with Tulare County workers, representing them, and every year they have to go through the process of open enrollment, like everyone else, right? Open enrollment and all that. And so the county every year figures out how much they're gonna pay towards their healthcare costs. And on average, just by not doing anything, just by letting an aspirin cost go up naturally, it's about 5.8% is the actual cost nationwide of healthcare going up. So it goes up. Where does it go up? I don't know. It could be the aspirin, it could be the service, the procedure, but it goes up on national average. In some areas, like in Tulare County, they want to impose a 33% cost of increase on employees. 33% when the national average is 5.8. So there's a lot of negotiation that happens. So my point is that every year healthcare cost goes up. So how do you pay for that? How do you keep it down? One way that I see lowering healthcare costs, especially when it comes to emergency room costs, is by putting in preventative healthcare. Allowing people to go to clinics, allowing people to see doctors, because it's a lot cheaper to go to a clinic than to be in an emergency room.